Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Asia Marquet here, Lemon Creation. Today I'm gonna be working in my old altered book, and I'll start by prepping the pages with golden absorbent ground. This is like a kind of a replacement. It works like a gesso but not completely. I actually prefer golden absorbent ground or just absorbent ground because I guess other marks also make it. But is not covering as much as gesso. It's quite see-through, or more see-through than gesso. It's more liquid. I didn't find the kind of like a heavy option, and also, and that's a very good plus of this absorbent ground, is that it does not dull the colors, because gesso tends to dull the colors. So I apply it with the old card. You can do it with the brush or also with your fingers, whichever application method you want. And I didn't let it dry because I actually like very much how it reacts with paints. So what you see right now is how I work. No heating in between, no waiting until it air dries. I just apply it and then I sprinkle over it black brusho. So this is a pigmented powder. This is the very first time I'm actually using the black brusho, I think, at least, I don't remember. And I was actually surprised that I got so many blue pigments in it. So I was not very happy with that because I had completely different paint in mind when I started creating it. It's supposed to be completely black, like apart from the white parts, negative parts, but otherwise the color should be completely black, and that didn't work. Because there are a lot of blue pigments which didn't dilute completely and they are visible on the page. So somewhere here I decided to change the page. I add a little bit of black gesso, because I've been working a lot lately with black acrylics when I'm doing my mark makings. And I don't actually like black acrylics, apart from the chalk acrylic from PaperArtsy, which is actually almost finished. I have to make some order from PaperArtsy. The other acrylics, I find them not very dark, not very black, and kind of shiny. So I prefer to replace it with black gesso, which is covering really well. It's not shiny at all, and it's really, really black. It gives me really black color. So if you have a problem with black acrylics, which are actually not very black, use black gesso, which is super cool. So I cover it with a brayer, and then I took chalk acrylic Smurf. This is chalk acrylic from PaperArtsy, and one of my stamps from Abstractish, I think. And using the brayer, I add the acrylic paint to my stamp. And so you can see it's stamping quite well. Of course, it's acrylic, so it's kind of it's a fluid. Even though it's not very fluidy paint, it's still quite running. And so it's obviously not the ink, so you will not get a perfect stamped image. You will have parts of the stamp which will overlap a little because the paint ran in between, but you can still stamp very well. The very important part is that you go after stamping straight away and you wash your stamp, because if you leave the acrylic paint on the stamp, that will completely waste your stamp. And what's happening now is that everything is still kind of wettish. It's not really wet. There are places on my page which, when I touch with my fingers, I saw that they are not completely dry. Although the blue acrylic is almost completely dry, there were some places here and there which weren't dry, and so I decided to add a little bit of embossing powder, and like that it stuck to these places which weren't dry. Didn't have to use embossing ink, and it's not super visible, but it's there. It adds a little bit of extra texture, and right now because it's kind of like, you know, squares on this page. I decided to add a little bit of white lines. My pens are kind of dying, even though the pages were already dry, because when you use when you use the pen on the pages, they have to be dry, otherwise they will not work. But even though, because there is so much texture in it, this pen didn't want to work very well. And this is one of my best working white pens. But still, you know, you have to be patient and even, you know, make the lines a few times and it's gonna work eventually. But when there is a lot of texture, the pens do not work very well. And I use some bits and pieces of the papers I took from old books, and I decided to make haiku. So, you know, this small Japanese poem. I found 3 phrases which were going very well together. I was missing the word off, so I found it somewhere else, and here is my homemade haiku to finish this page. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm very curious to know if you are stamping with acrylics, and maybe you have any tips, and if you can share them in the comments below, I'll be very happy, and we all be very happy. And from me for today, that's it. I'm sending you, as always, big hugs, lots of love, and I'll be really happy if you subscribe to my channel, if you check my shop. I have some new rice papers also there, and if you come back for my next video. So for today, that's it. Big hugs and have a beautiful day. Bye bye.